And then getting at Utah Lake's conditions in general, this slide shows some, basically worst case scenario photos of what we see in Utah Lake around harmful algal blooms. A lot of our use limitations or water quality limitations for our uses are, related to harmful algal blooms and algal production in the lake. For recreation, that's harmful algal blooms directly. For aquatic life use, just the excess production of algae and growth in the water, changes in the food web structure, and then ammonia toxicity, pH, elevated phosphorus, and nutrient conditions. Those are all really important things that limit some of our water quality conditions in the lake. The exception here are E. coli and dissolved solids for the recreation and agricultural uses. Those are slightly separate issues that we won't get into in too much detail today. We'll talk a little bit about E. coli in next week's session. But for now, I'd like to focus more on this idea of eutrophication, since it kind of is all-encompassing for most of those use limitations that we're talking about. And basically, eutrophication just generally means it's nutrient rich, or that there's excess production and growth that's occurring in the lake than we would otherwise see. And so for Utah Lake, the primary driver of these conditions is really related to the delivery of excess nutrients from the watershed to our lake. And then once the nutrients are in the lake, they can stimulate excessive algal growth and then have a direct impact on our water quality management goals. Throw in our warm, calm summertime conditions. Elevated temperatures, just like when we're, managing our lawns. Warm temperatures mean nice, healthy lawn. Hot summer days and combination with excessive nutrients is really kind of a perfect storm for promoting excessive algal blooms. Not a lot that can be done for managing our climate, but it's an important factor knowing that moving forward, with knowledge of climate change, that this is be an ongoing concern and something to be looking for as we develop management objectives for the lake in the future. And then the third factor here is just the disturbance. And so, our ecosystem, the lake's ecosystem, is out of equilibrium due to several factors that we'll get into in a couple minutes. But when we combine that disturbance with our climate and with those excessive nutrients, that's really just a perfect condition for excessive harmful algal blooms that do have an impact on how we use the water and our ability to do so safely.